Welcome to Tangent Station, staying on track in a fast-moving world. Let's get going.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Get your ticket stamped so the whiz bang and the mirth maker can make you snappied. What the Just welcome to the train. All aboard. I blame Kobe for that. This episode brought to you by Beaver Creek. No.
Big Bone Lick Road.
Beaver
Lick Road.
Hold on.
Big Bone Lick State Park.
Hold on. We are brought to you today by the letter Q.
Querulous.
No, we are brought to you today by Beaver Boy, Weasel Boy Brewery up in Zanesville, Ohio.
It's not Weasel Boy.
It is Weasel Boy.
Is it?
It is Weasel Boy. I got it right. So if you're going to
Lancaster,
Zanesville,
Zanesville.
If you go through Zanesville,
I knew it started with a
go
Z.
by the Muskogum River, and right off the
Muskingum.
Yes, whatever. River,
Muskingum.
and go in and have a beer from Weasel Boy, and let them know Willis sent you. It won't do you any good, but just let them know I sent you.
Hey, you're right. It is Weasel Boy.
I know.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I actually said that one right.
It's a brew pub.
Yes.
You say that right, but you can't get Bleed Blue.
Blood blue. And
just remember, it's Bleed Blue, meaning you're a Kentucky basketball fan. You bleed blue.
And football. So did I tell you, speaking of that, my daughter got accepted at UK.
It's about basketball at UK.
So she is going to start at UK next in the fall. She's graduated. She graduated early. She gets to walk in May. Before then, when I let her walk, she has to sit down everywhere. but so we have she's going to graduate. Then she's going to go to get her, master's in whatever she's doing. Ask me again. I don't know. I know that it's something with therapy.
Now, will they let her walk when she gets her master's, or does she also have to get her Johnson's too? Artemis 2's
master's and what's the
you got to spell the joke out for people?
Yes, pretty much.
For yourself, really.
For me, because I have no idea.
You can't leave that unresolved.
I can't, and I'm going to be sitting here. You know how I asked a few
Masters and Johnson, sheer height. What else can we do? I think that's Dr. Ruth. First, to take the penis.
And you put it between your fingers.
Can I start this story?
And rub it up and down. And I saw my mommy naked?
Don't talk about the almighty penis. It scares people.
Almighty? Shit. Whose penis you talking about?
Pierce?
Penis. Mine's super penis.
Yours is pierced?
Go and spit in your eye. If you have something spit in your eye, make sure it's not a penis.
You know what you ought to get next time you're at Bleed Blue? A Prince Albert.
Okay. No.
Amy will love it.
I will go to Bleed Blue for my swan tattoo.
Remember, you can't get your anus tattooed because that's $4,000.
Yes, and
they didn't say anything about the getting your penis pierced.
Oh.
That's what a Prince Albert is.
Yeah, actually, no. I did talk to him if he pierced my scrotum. And he said he only does family. So they're going to do mine because I'm family now.
Your family now?
Yeah.
Who you married into it? Or?
Yeah, I married the second cousin of the first aunt of the third bilingual.
So your husband's daughter, which was ascertained in a previous episode.
Oh my God.
Man, I got to have a talk with Amy because the pegging has got to stop.
Peg Myers.
It's really messing up your one brain cell up there.
One, I thought we're sharing it.
That only during the podcast.
Oh, well, okay. What we should do, I just realized.
I don't need it when you're not here.
They have this thing, that when you talk, you give a, so when you're learning to talk.
You do a handshake.
You do that. So what we do.
Buck Futt. Nice to meet you.
No, I'm not going to rub your hand.
No. It's...
So what we should do.
High five.
What happens if you only have 4 fingers? Is it high 4?
You better get a foot up there. Up your ass.
But here's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start sharing whenever we have.
We're going to start speaking into the mic.
We're going to
see how much better that is.
Oh my God. Can you guys hear me better?
Use a little more tongue.
The question is, do you want to hear me better? And so this episode brought to you by
Bought to who?
Kevin.
Who's that?
Kevin is
The Mirth Maker.
He's a Mirth. I like that name. What do you think of Mirth Maker?
I like it.
Hey, Mikey,
I can't wait till you actually learn to pronounce it.
But did I tell you Kevin's name is up there?
In lights. Not just in Vegas. I've always said you should see it at night when it's all lit up.
Oh, you get lit. Oh, no, I really don't want to. I'd be afraid. Very afraid.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea, but
Assless chaps are involved.
which is redundant.
What have we been going, 5-10 minutes now? Can I start the last story? Do you want to go home tonight or not?
Well,
you're avoiding going home.
no, I'm not.
No.
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 You gonna play football this year, Johnny?
I am not.
No, I'm not.
Cut that off at the heels.
Yes, you did.
Or the
Go.
ankles.
Now it's Kevin's turn. All aboard.
Artemis 2's giant leap for mankind, immediately followed by a giant, just hours after blasting off on its historic moon mission, NASA's Artemis 2 crew achieved something truly inspiring. They broke the sound barrier, they escaped Earth's gravity, and they immediately broke the toilet.
Kind of like when I fart.
Yes, the most advanced spacecraft since we actually landed on the moon, we promise, was defeated by what can only be described as a cosmic bathroom tantrum.
Wow.
Houston,
So when they take a shit, does it go down or does the shit float?
I'm going to cover that.
Okay.
Houston, we have a Pooplum. Just hours after a breathtaking launch from Kennedy Space Center, mission specialist Christina Cook had to make the call no one wants to make to their boss. Houston, the high-tech space potty is acting weird. The fan is jammed. That's right, the fan, because in space, if the fan stops, things don't just sit there politely. They become coworkers. NASA spokesperson Gary Jordan hopped on the mic like a guy trying to stay calm while his house is on fire. Ground teams are working on instructions to get into the fan. Translation: some poor NASA engineer is about to Google how to unclog a toilet, but in space.
Oh.
It's a good news, bad news situation. NASA officials quickly clarified the situation in the most NASA way possible by making it sound both reassuring and deeply disturbing. The controller was on the fritz. The result? A cosmic ultimatum. NASA confirmed the crew could still use the toilet for number 2, but number 1 was strictly off limits. That's right. In the vacuum of space, they basically had a sign on the door saying, "Solid goods only. Please hold your liquid assets." So basically, peeing required alternative waste management capabilities, which is the most professional way anyone has ever said, "Hey, we're going to need to get creative." Alternative waste management capabilities, aka Space Capri Suns. While engineers scrambled, the astronauts had to rely on backup systems, which I can only assume are a Ziploc bag labeled "for science," a duct-taped garden hose hooked up to the Optimism, or just yelling "for America" and hoping for the best. The most intense plumbing call in human history. What, you want to say something?
I'm listening, but I've got how they plunged toilet in space.
Okay. I'm going to cover that.
Oh.
You get bored with this, don't you?
No. Go ahead. Okay.
The most intense plumbing call in human history. Mission Control then guided Cook through fixing the toilet, because nothing says elite astronaut training like being talked through plumbing repairs from Houston. And finally, after what I can only imagine was the tensest bathroom moment since Taco Bell met regret, Cook delivered the update. "Houston, integrity, good checkout." To which Capcom Amy Dill responded with the most politely unhinged sentence ever spoken. "We recommend letting it get to full operating speed before donating fluid." Donating fluid. Ladies and gentlemen, your tax dollars are paying for astronauts to pee like they're making a charitable contribution. The luxury space bathroom experience. Before launch, astronaut Jeremy Hansen proudly showed off the spacecraft's bathroom, a phone booth-sized chamber of dreams featuring a door, what luxury, a vacuum-powered toilet, Sort of terrifying, and just enough space to question every life decision you've ever made. He described it as the one place astronauts could go to feel alone. Well, Jeremy, be careful what you wish for. Nothing makes you feel alone quite like being 200,000 miles from Earth, hovering over an industrial suction hole, trying to squish your business into a canister with your bare hands. The space poop process, as explained by NASA. Float into a phone booth-sized stall, perch on a metal seat, don't drift away. Use a vacuum hose for donations. Watch as your feces is sucked into a bag. Squish the bag. Their words, not mine. Save the canisters for the ride home. The grand finale. So while the urine is eventually flushed out into the void, don't eat the yellow stars, kids. The solid waste stays with them. That's right. The crew is bringing those canisters back to Earth. So when they finally splash down in the Pacific and the world is cheering for these heroes, just remember, somewhere in that capsule, there is a very full, very squished souvenir of their journey.
Oh.
Artemis 2, one small step for man, one giant repair manual for the cosmic commode. Willis, do you think they should spell NASA with 2 S's now?
NASA? Yeah, I do. Oh my God, yes.
All right, you can read the story now.
No, I was quite intrigued, but I was wondering how they actually have a way. Google.
What? Nicely have a way, Google. I'm just saying words.
So,
butt plunger.
Well, it says, I'm going to read this.
Fudge knuckle.
How space toilets are unclogged.
Ninny.
Prime the pump.
Fuzzy.
So your clogs or failures can occur.
So this is like starting a lawnmower.
Yeah. A
weed whacker. Gas operated. Gachooey.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, literally. They rely on a vacuum suction system to transport waste. When these high-tech systems clog or fail, astronauts perform specialized space plumbing. So let's see. You can have frozen lines. Nothing. So they're bringing back frozen shit. Literally. A common clog in space is actually ice buildup in the overboard venting lines.
Don't they say in space no one can hear you squeeze?
I don't know.
Scream. That's what I meant.
Oh, and the fan I don't understand.
I don't understand these words.
Why don't they they should come up with different ways. I mean, now they have to, because they're going to be going around the Earth for how long? Or the moon?
Well,
days?
You were going to say in their spacesuit.
Yeah.
So it's different now. They are, they show video of them floating, lack of gravity, and they're not wearing spacesuits. So it's different now. They're not sitting in a chair confined to that.
That's true. So, but when they're taking a shit on the toilet, do they have to strap in?
It did say something about that.
Yeah.
Don't float away.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be weird. Could you imagine you're taking a pee and next thing you know, your hands are going with your penis above your head? That'd be kind of fun.
Well, that happens anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Manly men.
Manly. Fuck. Men. Oh, let's not quote that movie. Alf. No, Alf was a good show.
Hey, Willie. I ate the cat. Remember?
He was always eating the cat.
You loved anything in the 80s that was cartoonish. We've been over this. Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies was until the 90s.
So even worse. How you were full on
adultish. I watch it with my daughter.
Is right. Okay, I'll allow it.
I also like, let's see, Punky Brewster.
In the 90s. When was your daughter born?
2004.
Okay. You almost got me, you bastard.
But you used to watch Ren and Stimpy. Not you. Ren and Stimpy.
Stimpy, you idiot.
Yes. And because we'd sit around, we'd be...
that's your name now, Stimpy. I'd change it from Whizbang.
I know.
Because he says you idiot after it.
We got to keep up with the...
No, I like Whizbang.
Yes, thank you.
Tangent Station. With your hosts, Whizbang and Mirthmaker.
But here's the thing, when the 90s...
We need superhero costumes. I'll design them. Mirthmaker and... Man, I'm going to look fat in that spandex. Well, I am fat.
I really don't want to see this.
Yeah, you do.
Wait.
Especially down this area.
Yeah, people know what to... Imagine what he's pointing. Imagine, if you will.
Yeah, it's like when Borat and the fat guy get in the naked fight scene in Borat, and they run out of the hotel.
Is that the one where he's wearing the thing that he has a thing that just covers up his penis?
No, not the slingshot. They're naked.
Oh God!
So they're doing this in the hotel, and they run through. There's a banquet going on. There's a real banquet going on. That was all.
What?
Yeah, you got to see Borat.
I've never seen Borat.
So there's this part where they're in a fight, and it starts they're filming the documentary, mockumentary.
Yeah.
And they're fighting. They're on the bed, and then their towels are off, and it spills out into the hotel, and he starts chasing the other one, and the fat guy, his black box to cover the penis, to censor it, is real tiny, and Borat's is.
You've talked about that, yeah. To
me, that is the only time I laughed in that movie. That was the funny.
Really?
The other parts, I'm like, this is kind of irritating. I was just kind of irritated.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. But that was off the rails funny.
But you're telling me I should see it, so you think it's my cup of tea?
No. I want you to waste time like I had to. It's only fair.
Oh, is it fair? Okay. Well, then you need to watch Airplane.
You didn't go with me to the Festival of Lights the past time.
Well.
And it sucked. And we're not going again because of it. So good job.
You're not going because Amy and I didn't go?
No, we're not going because it sucked. And it would be different anyway. It's different now. There's not that coiled snake line of cars going in. But there were some kids popping up through moonroofs.
You should have jumped through your moonroof and said, Willis used to do that.
I was driving.
So?
And I was not happy. Well, I mean, that's standard. If you've seen my face, for you viewers at home, I'm making that face.
And
now.
If you notice on our, for those of you that watch anything
on
YouTube,
never heard of it
with him, his face doesn't change.
Yeah, the thing that makes I use 3 different AIs to create our thumbnails. And
what now?
Pick thumbnails. That's what they call the.
I know, that's a weird name.
I didn't make it up.
I know.
I just follow the rules.
I know.
Otherwise, Don Henley will sue me into oblivion. Anyhow, I'm not going to let that go.
No, you're not.
He's
this is like the third
legacy.
podcast.
Well, Glenn Fry is famous for the quote of Don Henley could really suck the fun out of a room.
But aren't they touring together?
Glenn Fry has been dead for almost 10 years, I think.
But the Eagles are still
10 years.
Together. Yeah. Oh, yes,
He died the same year as Bowie and Prince and George Michael. That was a terrible year for me.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Closing up shop.
Oh.
That's it. It's all over.
That's it? Okay.
I used to love her, but it's all over now.
Okay.
Well, I used to love her.
I touched the roses.
But it's all over. What?
I don't know. It's a song.
Kiss from a Rose?
Oh. See,
I compare you to a kiss
that's a good song.
Rose.
The only reason he was able to get Heidi Klum was because of that song. But give me a break.
Well, she is fine.
Yeah.
You don't like Germans?
Then I wouldn't like myself. Well,
you don't like Germans?
I like a Germans. Are you really going to try to do that online?
Can't trust it.
Can't trust this. Can't trust this. Have you? Yes.
What?
I think this one was going to be short. We always have one that's really, really short.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so.
I got some of that in the freezer. You want one?
What's a Yasso?
Frozen yogurt.
Yasso Arafat?
We're going way back for that. He's dead. Should they not have this war now?
No, because now we have who? What's his name?
It changes daily.
Nasser Arafat. Nasser.
Anwar Sadat.
That him.
Menachem Begin.
It sounds like, I loved it when Reagan would try to say his name. I swear he's spitting out a hairball every time.
You can't. Can you imagine having a cold and speaking that language? Be like,
you mean they don't
constantly spitting all the time?
I constantly spit all the time.
Well, we know that you're a spitter. Whiz Bang is a spitter.
Yeah, well, because Yeah.
How's about a kiss for your cousin Dupree?
What is that?
Steely Dan, the last album, Two Against Nature.
Oh, well, he's still touring by himself and still under
As
Steely
Steely
Dan,
Dan.
which is
Well, why make it
Donald
confusing?
Fagen. Yeah, but come on.
But he does those songs too. What a beautiful world this
but
will
what?
be. What a glorious
what happened to the other guy?
He died.
Of what?
Oh, he had
that smells like penis. On that note, we're not going to stop. Just jump off.
Don't stop doing it.
Buongiorno.
You've reached the end of the line. As you exit, please like, subscribe, and follow so you never miss a connection.